Really
Maybe we
is.
have time for one more here. I'm going to throw to the Poilievre video where he says that Trump deserves nothing but condemnation for targeting Canada with tariffs and refusing to lift them as he's done with other countries.
President Trump deserves nothing but condemnation for the unfair targeting of Canada. While he's lifting tariffs and backing down on tariffs all around the world, he continues to tariff our auto sector. We can't, there's nobody who's going to be able to control President Trump, as Mr. Carney is learning, despite his promises. What we should do is focus on what we can control, and that is to reverse the disastrous liberal economic policies that Mr. Carney advised Trudeau to take that have driven up taxes, blocked our resources, wrapped our businesses in red tape, and driven $500 billion south. We need change. We can't afford a fourth Liberal term. We need change to axe taxes, cut red tape, approve resource projects, make this the best place in the world to do business. We should not lift counter tariffs.
Well, I think that this is a direct result from not negotiating way back in October when the tariffs were first announced.
The people that deserve all of the condemnation here, okay, all of it, is the Liberal Party of Canada,
Yeah.
who took an antagonistic, aggressive approach with the United States. They went running into the arms of their friends in Europe, in the UK, and try to pull the wool over Trump's eyes. I think that the condemnation should be reserved for the Liberal Party of Canada, because if it weren't for them, Trump would not have a problem with us.
Exactly. And these all came about because of our porous borders and the drug problem coming out of Canada.
Yes.
And instead of heeding the warning several months ago of Trump saying, you know what, this is a real problem, it's harming Americans. I mean, it's arguably also harming Canadians, but our government hasn't been listening to Canadians like us and us here at Rebel News who have been reporting on the devastation and the destruction on our streets for years. They won't listen to us, but as soon as
Yes.
there's tariffs involved, it's like, oh, wait, what can we do? So now they've appointed some fancy border czar and maybe put a few
Yeah.
more OPP along the border.
Yeah,
But
nobody has seen that guy since the day he was announced as the border
yeah,
czar. Like, he's missing in action. So I mean, how much good work could he actually be doing if he's just incognito in the world, not doing it? But no, they Trump was not like covered in mystery sauce. Okay, he didn't make a secret of why he was upset with Canada, and we could have taken him seriously at that time.
mhm,
Instead, the Liberal Party of Canada picked a fight with Trump so that they could campaign against Trump and not Poilievre. And for those of us that are not engaged, for those Canadians that are not engaged, it looks like it's been a really good tactic. But we just have to keep holding the feet of the fire of the Liberal Party of Canada, because I mean, at the end of the day, it is their disastrous policies that got us in this position.
mhm.
It is their inaction that got us into this position, and it's because they haven't been listening to Canadians. The
Yeah.
end. Yeah.
The end. And also, there are 70 other countries who came to the table to negotiate with Trump over these tariffs. And the only two that didn't were Canada
Canada
and our
and
ally,
China.
China.
That's
So
right.
if that doesn't speak volumes as to where our allegiance currently lies on the world scale under the de facto leadership of Mark Carney, then I would say Canadians are in for a rude awakening because his campaign has only, I would argue, has only been successful because of the support and lifting up that he has had by the Chinese Communist
Yes.
regime.
Yes.
That's it. His Beijing connections, his big banker connections, and that is being featured repeatedly in alternative media spaces. Credibly, Sam Cooper has done fantastic work. This dates back to
Yep.
2023 with the money laundering through Canadian banks. I think that was the National Post. Don't quote me on that, but I broke it down in a report yesterday, and so we could have came to the table and negotiated like Danielle Smith attempted to do in Alberta And instead, we wanted to escalate. I say we, but Team Canada with their elbows up
Yes.
wanted to
Yes.
escalate the tensions and call Trump's bluff, but he's not bluffing and we don't have the leveraging power that he does. So now here we are. Thank you so
Yes.
much, Mark Carney and Justin Trudeau.
Yeah. Yeah. Liberal Party of Canada. Thank you so much for putting us in this terrible position that then
Anyway,
Pierre Poilievre has to eat at a microphone and
well,
try and back away from. I mean,
yeah.
it really is impossible for him. But if it were again, if it weren't for the Liberal Party of Canada, we would not be in this terrible position. Canada, we would not.
Yeah, throw the heat where it is justified and
Hmm.
where it is warranted, and stop. Yeah, the conservatives. I think a lot of truly conservative people are so disappointed in the direction. They seemed like they came out really strong, and now it's just kind of fizzling, tapering off, and that is really a sight to see in Canadian politics as the dumpster fire ensues.
Want to stay on top of the latest current events but don't trust the mainstream media to help you do that? Then check out our daily live stream coverage of the latest news and totally unscripted at rebelnews.com/roundup.